guys, welcome back. So I finally got my next shipment of the Felissimo series. I had mentioned on my last one, I always get billed at the same time of the month, and then they normally show up within about 10 days. My last shipment, which was I think my third, took longer, so it actually, like, I was billed in January but never got a shipment in January. It showed up in February. Well, this one I was billed the same day in February, and it did show up at the end of the month. I have just been behind, and I haven't had the time to swatch it. So it's kind of interesting. I don't know what happened with the January one, why it ended up taking so long to show up. But regardless, this one was on time. So this one I'm super excited about. First of all, it has this very pretty picture. But we are on Bliss, and as you can tell, they are all pastel colors. So this is going to be a really fun one. I've already sharpened them. I'm not doing unboxing. I did an unboxing for the first one, but the rest of these are just kind of swatching and showing you the colors and then what comes with it. So now we are on 361 to 380, and then they always have this cute little poem. It says, "A pastel-colored utopia in a sea of fairy floss clouds where imagination runs free, a blissful world free of crowds." And then, as usual, they have their pre-done swatch chart, but I like to use my own. So let me fold this so it'll show. So I have like these little swatch charts I made myself. I think I started that on box 2. Just makes it easier. Let's get you down a little closer so you can actually see the colors. Okay, so I hope I have these in order. Yep, okay, so Sweet Paradise is the first one. And as always, I'm going to press hard, oops, as I break one. Press hard and then slowly lift up the pressure. This one might be fun to use in, where's my brush at? Hannah Carlson's new book, that Midnight Masquerade, because they have a lot of candy ones. So now we're on Arcadia Dream. This is kind of like, so you know how Holbein has their pastel set? This is kind of like the Felissimo pastel, although as I've explained in my initial review, they have quite a few pastels. I don't remember the exact count. So now we're on to Joyful Jumps, and then there's also supposed to be quite a few metallics. I have yet to receive a metallic, and I'm really curious on that one, like if they show up all in a single like box, kind of like this one here is all pastels, or they'll be scattered about. And then same thing, they have like a neon set. I'm kind of curious how that one will show up. Or neon colors. Dazed Delight. The last set I got, the tropical one, they were kind of neon-ish, but I don't know if I would necessarily classify them as neon. But if I remember right, it's like 300 something normal colors, and then the remainder are broken up between pastel, metallic, and neon. So Heavenly Canary. These are definitely pastel. And they totally fit with the name. I don't know how well they're going to show up on camera because they are so light. Alright, now we're on to Twinkle Twinkle. Yeah, I don't know what happened with my last one. Like I said, it showed up really late. I was even emailing them going, "Hello, did you send this?" Because there is no tracking, so FYI. Dandelion Wishes. But then my February one, I didn't end up swatching it because I just got busy with all the stuff going on. However, it did come on time. It came within that normal 10-day window from the time they bill me to the time it arrives. So right now I'm counting January's as a fluke, but we'll see how it goes with March. Now we're on to Powder Puff. Other thing is, since I'm moving, I'm gonna have to figure out how I change my shipping address. So my March one should be fine to ship to where I'm at now. But yeah, I'm gonna have to contact them and say, hey, for my April one, I need to change my shipping. So this will be good because then I can let you guys know what it's like to change shipping, because now we're on to Mint Hit. It's a two-year, 2-month commitment, so obviously someone might relocate in the middle of a subscription. So I'm very interested to see how that works out, you know, and how, you know, accommodating they are for the fact that someone's moving. I would assume they'd be rather accommodating. It's a long commitment to be like, oh no, sorry, you must make sure you stay where you live. Just can't get this one out. All right, Spearmint Tool. These are very light colors. Again, Felissimos are pretty soft core. I mean, they're a little dusty here and there, but I honestly can't wait to have all 500 and put them in color order and see how they all are. Right, now we are on, which way did I go? Okay, we're on to Elixir Fresh. The names are usually meant to like follow with the theme, but I mean the theme is bliss, so I don't know how, I mean what is blissful, I guess. Apparently elixirs, fresh elixirs are blissful. This is like a gray. But I know it won't show up on camera as well just because of the lighting. Okay, so Eden Horizon. A couple of these are really close to one another, and that's one thing I'm trying to test out here with all these 500 pencil colors, is how many would be similar to one another. I mean, obviously the neons and metallics will stand out, but even in this one already, these look kind of similar. All right, Fairy Flake. Oops, man, these ones are breaking easily on this set. I normally only get like, what, 1 or 2 that break with the heavy pressure. Could just be with the pastel, they're softer. Okay, so Polar Wonderland. I do have some pastels that came in, I think it was like a morning set, Nautical Halcyon? Yeah, I think it was my second set. It had some pastels, whichever the morning themed one was. So I'll have to kind of compare those to this a little. Kind of curious how close these are. So what I'll do is when I finish swatching these, I'll like zoom out a little so you can see them all. And then I know it's hard for you guys, so we're on Unusually Utopia. It might be hard for you guys to differentiate on camera, but at least I can zoom out and show you which ones, oops, there's another breakage, in person look awfully similar. And then I'll break out that other set that I know has some pastels in it, and we can kind of see if we have anything overlapping. Okay, now we're on to sheer Amethyst, which should be a purple. Try not to press as hard because these ones seem to be a little bit more delicate than the ones I've gotten in the past. It's not a bad thing though. I mean, I snap Prismacolors if I press too hard. They're still smooth. Okay, Cloud 9. Those two are really close too. Blessed Break. Okay, and the last one is Warm Hug. There's quite a few purples in this one, purplish pinks. These ones are very crumbly. Okay. Alright, so let's pull you guys back up. So, we do have definitely a pastel set. I'm sorry, let me adjust a little more. Okay, but these Twinkle Twinkle and Dandelion Wishes look very similar to me in person. I'm not sure if they do on camera. Now that I've pulled it up and out of the way, I can see that these blues are different. But I'm gonna grab my other set that has pastels and then we can compare. Okay, so the other set that came with a few pastels was my morning set. It was the second one I received. And I'm trying to see if we have any like overlapping. So when it comes to, so their blues are all darker, so that kind of cancels those out. They're peachy pinks. Oh, this one, those ones are pretty close. Oops, Creamed Butter and Dazed Delight. See, those two are pretty close to one another. This one is in person a little bit darker. Now the ones I was kind of curious about, let's see, these yellows, but it looks like they're different. And then these blues. Yeah, so these ones are, oops, sorry. These ones are close, but this one's just a tiny bit lighter. So, I mean, that is something to consider because this is a 500 pencil set, and you know, it's kind of like, well, how close are they going to be? So there are some that are already close in this package I got, but that said, this is on a swatch. Maybe if I used them in a picture, it would be different. Let me grab the two that seem kind of similar. So it's these two right here. So their barrels are, I mean, Twinkle Twinkle is just slightly darker barrel color. But that's interesting because the Dandelion is the one that's almost darker. Yeah, so I'll have to see when I play around with it, but swatch-wise, these two look practically the same. And we do have a little bit of similarities, but they aren't repeats exactly of the morning set, so that's good to know. Alright, so these will be fun. I could probably combine these two sets and make a pretty cute picture with all the pastels. But yeah, this is the Bliss set, which is $361 to $380. I have tons to go because this is only box number 4. Box number 5 should be coming this month if they stay to their normal schedule and don't pull what they did in January. And then I plan to do a review probably after box 6 or 7, kind of catch up, like, you know, where are we now type of thing. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.